A very wonderful Sunday afternoon, dearest friends and families. And as you will read this, or most likely see it on a watch party tonight, maybe about 7 o'clock, inshallah, if it pleases God Almighty. I just wanted to let you know, the beloved divine friends and family, this is in the raw. RKs Guyana Free Media, and I'm your host, Haji Dr. Roshan Khan. Maybe upon the 150th episodes. I don't know if they're all in, but we'll make sure they're in very soon. Friends and families, my intention today was to give you 4 parts of various newspaper articles, including one by CHRONICLE News about Haji or Roshan, Commissioner Roshan Khan, having to do with the ERC. And one of them which spoke about ERC trashed for inadequate response to racial tensions over recent killings, which had a part about me, albeit wrong. And then CHRONICLE News did an article on the 18th, an editorial, actually defending me, which is about time that somebody should stand up for what is right. And speaking for what is right, because who are the people who are being beaten and attacked? And I gave some security guidance how to protect themselves without carrying any weapon or anything that could be destructive and could hurt and destroy people. But so that, and also another one I had written asking for healing, which the CHRONICLE News used, incidentally, with a different caption. The Chronicle did it in a different caption, which was Guyana need healing. So the one with the CHRONICLE News editorial, much respect, much appreciation, was published opposite that on the 18th publication of the CHRONICLE. But it changed just the topic. Nothing wrong. The facts, every word was the same. But, you know, the editorial has an authority, a power to change and even edit your letters, extract or put a note that extrapolates on a topic or item. So, friends and families, I will do all of those 4 tomorrow to catch tomorrow night watch party, and that'll be about an hour or a little bit more. So just prepare yourself. But it is nothing to humiliate or embarrass the ERC. While some mistakes were made, and it'll be to guide really because of what has gotten out, and I must protect myself. I must at this juncture also advise you that I wanted to take a legal action against the ERC for posting things without proper communication. But I think it's an employee's decision and a human error. So I will not be going in that direction, but I will be correcting and guiding and teaching as we go along. I'm a part of this amazing institution called the Ethnic Relations Commission, but we know how some people of evil intent sometimes try to penetrate institutions like these to have their way. And I'm not speaking about the government, but it's the other political entity which wants control and power and also to have their way. But again, this is how politics go, and it's a worldwide thing. It's an international issue. It's not a local thing alone. So I'm not going to trash the ERC, but at the same time, I will try to correct in order to embellish the reality. I must let you know that look out tomorrow night also for that 4 episodes, which will be together 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it will not be just one straight long thing, but it'll be attached 1, 2, 3, and 4. And maybe if my technician and coordinator, Ms. Zamina Muslim from my secretariat, decides to play a song which I sometimes try to practice, for I am no singer, but I'm always a speaker. Friends and families, I want you to know that Guyana is our country. All we want is love and harmony and goodwill. And any persons or individuals in commissions must be careful they're not being politically manipulated by those bent on skullduggery and mischief to install persons of authority and power that those mischievous political guys may want to do. And we know who are these people. We have seen them around the country over the last 6 months, or 7 months particular, since March 2nd. dearest, beloved, divine family and friends, I am particularly concerned with just end of racism, no reference to ethnicity, but yes, we have to identify ourselves, but it must only be for purpose of identification when you're talking about what type or group. We must have no type of ethnic division, hate, degradation in this country. All we need is understanding and cooperation. I think what is now the opposition, and I'm not speaking because I'm a member of a political party, because I'm not, and I don't have a favorite. But who does wrong, I will say, and who do right, I will say. So I will say the opposition has made some glowing errors and mistakes, particularly with the East Coast trauma, that till today, I'm very surprised, because I'm always a friend of the opposition. Till today, when they were in government and long before that when they were in opposition too, they have not called off their goons and the people they were encouraging that their response is right. But they only stopped and secretly pulled them off without doing it in the open to show that there was a posturing for peace and goodwill when the president announced, and which he is doing and which he will do, that there will be an international United Nations inquiry and a CARICOM inquiry into the disturbances which took lives and properties and caused rapes of 16-year-old girls, which some people are denying because those girls run for safety in jungle area, but two 16-year-old girls by that age were raped. And that is a fact of life. Some people don't like to hear that, but that's a fact of life. Why they don't come out and why they don't go to the police is because, as far as I know, the Indo-Guyanese people don't like to do these things because it brings a certain amount of stain on their credibility in the society. So they will sometimes stay quiet, unfortunately. Poor children. God bless their soul. So the opposition leader, and unfortunately a man that I always respected, the former president, David Arthur Granger, they have not officially called off the goons. While the mischief has stopped due to police interventions and seriousness. I can recall one night how they're cussing the police and the police were throwing some tear gas and chasing them away in certain areas in the West Coast Bobbies. And they were cussing them, we are walking, we're not doing anything, and why are you throwing this gas? But they were trying to attack, rob, beat, and maim. So the police, in my opinion, in most cases try to do well, except for a few whom we saw, it must have been other cases, went and punched people, a guy, particularly this one we caught, there got to be more, in his face, non-stop, and then run away. And they know who he is. He's reported to the police, they have the medical, but the man is not being arrested. And the police were right there, and they did nothing to stop the guy, nor to try and arrest him. That's one case where the police has committed a flaw and an error. Otherwise, much more over that, they have done much to bring a semblance of peace and to pass order and to stand for law and order, even though they were being called out like kit and kin. Y'all are doing this to your people and y'all are doing that to your people, but the police is the police. And the law is the law. And they have to do their job. And we have to respect the police at all times for that. So friends and families, I will now ease on this. So I can read this article that I have in the newspaper here, which I think is interesting. Ben's, Stratton's, Patterson's twisted facts on Amelia Falls. So I will end with this, and this introduction along with that will probably make up one and maybe with another one, because there have been 5 persons again that has been arrested. They have to find out, and someone will have to break. And it'll be a glorious thing. The police always around the world looking out for a lucky chance too. They're looking for something to give them a break. And they're praying and they're looking. The criminals must remember who do criminal things, whether they're drug dealers, murderers, killers, bank robbers, thieves, choke and robs. The same God that they pray to, the same God the police prays to. So sometime you might get an answer and you get away, but sometime the Lord will answer the policeman's prayer too to capture the criminals. So friends and family, your brother Haji Roshan Khan saying, hold on, stay tuned for Ben Stratton Patterson's Twisted Facts on Amelia Falls.